everyone, and welcome to my first Halloween video of the year. Today I'm doing this gold glitter skull look with this goddamn Fiddler hat that everybody and their mother are wearing at this moment. So yeah, if you want to see how I created this look, then keep on watching. So first thing I'm going to do is to apply my base. So I will be starting off with this Smashbox Photo Finish primer, and I'm applying it all over my face for a smooth surface to work with. Next, I'm going to color correct with this orange concealer from NYX, and I'm applying it where I normally would. So underneath my eyes, around my mouth area, and today also on top of my brows. I decided not to block them out completely and just, go with a color corrector just because I don't have that much of a natural brow anyways. But if you do have a full brow, I would definitely block them out. And you can find tons of videos of how you do that on YouTube if you're not sure of how you do it. Next, I'm going in with my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and I'm just applying it like I normally would with a damp beauty blender, building it up until I have the coverage that I want and need. By the way, this goddamn wig, you guys, worst wig I have ever tried. Oh my god. So now I'm going in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and I will be using all three shades to give my face some depth and to kind of lay out the base for my hollow cheeks. I will also later on contour with a very gray and dark contour powder. All this to make this look a lot more skull-like, if you will. Even though I'm going full ham with a black eyeshadow later on, I did decide to further conceal and highlight underneath my eyes and, the rest of the face like I normally would. You can totally skip this step if you want to. I don't even know why I did this. This is so unnecessary. Okay, so the next step is baking, and I tried out a new translucent setting powder today from Maybelline, and guys, first of all, it literally took me 10 minutes to get the plastic seal off of the packaging. That, however, could have just been me and my long nails, so I'm not going to blame Maybelline for it, but oh my god, this powder is dusty. I'm sure I had half of the jar all over me when I was done, and I was pretty careful. Also, the second ingredient in this powder is silica, which will give you some hardcore backflash if you're taking pictures with flash. Just so you know. You see, this is what I'm talking about. I almost choked and died in my Halloween video. No clickbait. So like I talked about before, I'm now going in with a dark and pretty grayish contour powder. This pan is from MAC in the shade Shadowy, and I will just go in pretty hard with it. Best thing about Halloween is that you are allowed to go crazy with all your products because you want it to be dramatic and you want the makeup to stand out. So don't hold back, guys. Now for the eyes, I'm firstly going in with a black base for my eye makeup, and this is kind of important because if you're applying a black shadow on a light base or just on top of your lid without one, the black shadow can actually look a little bit washed out and transparent, if you will. So I went in with a black gel liner from Sigma all over my lid, shading it up towards the brow bone, and I then also applied it down my lower lash row. Another important thing is to apply to your waterline, both your upper and lower. That will give you a much more dark and intense look. You will get a much more a complete look, if you know what I'm saying. I then went in with a shadow from Makeup Geek, and this is in the shade Corrupt, and I just applied it generously all over my lid, also working this one up towards my brow bone and of course down my lower lash line. I then started to drag it upwards to make me look a lot more angrier and dark. And I just think that this made the whole look a lot more cooler. It's so easy. You just basically frown and blend it into those frowns. Start with a small amount of shadow and just add on as you go. So the next thing I did was to paint on a pair of golden eyebrows, and you will see me use this gold water paint throughout this video because I needed a good base for my gold glitter later on. You can of course use a golden eyeliner or anything else golden to do this. So I just outlined my brows like I normally would, and I also applied some of that same golden paint in the corners of my eyes. So now it's finally time for glitter, and I will be mixing two different glitters today. The darker yellowy one is from NYX and the lighter one is from Urban Decay in the shade Midnight Cowboy. I'm not sure what the one from NYX is called. I think it's called just Gold. But anyways, and they are both glitter eyeliners. So you don't have to mess around with glitter glue, and it will stay in place all night. So you won't have glitter all over your face, which is perfect. So I just went in with the one from NYX first, and I went in very heavily with both of them. Just make sure to make them like dry in between coats. I think I did a total of 3 coats. I think I did 2 of the NYX coats and 1 of the Urban Decay one. So yeah, definitely wait in between coats. I also drag them up onto my lid. However, I would not recommend you to do that with the one from NYX because it hurts your eyelids like crazy. I do not know what they put in that one, but it's not comfortable. I then started to map out my nose or my nose hole. Guys, it's been 1 year since I did my sugar skull look, and I still don't know if this is supposed to be a hole or an actual nose. Anyways, I mapped it out with a felt tip liner from MAC, and I then filled it in with the same Sigma gel liner that I used for my eyeballs earlier before. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, it looks a lot more nerve-wracking than it actually is. Mapping out and painting on the teeth. So first thing I need to tell you is that you cannot possibly fuck this up. No one can. This cannot in any way, shape, or form look ugly. Anyone can do this. So with that pep talk out of the way, I just map out the lines on my face, and I'm also doing the lines for the actual teeth. A tip is to smile and then mimic your own lines in between your teeth, because that way it will look a lot more natural. Next, I'm just simply filling in the empty spaces or the teeth in between the lines with the same gold water paint. Now, if you happen to apply some gold paint on top of the black lines, don't worry, just go in with the same liner again to fill in the lines and just brush off the paint on your brush on a piece of toilet paper or a towel or whatever, just to make sure that you aren't blending the black into the gold paint, if that makes any sense. So the next thing I did was to map out the actual hollows. Now, I actually googled skull makeup on Google, obviously, and I just took some inspiration from that. I also totally forgot to mention this in the beginning of this video, but I was inspired by a look on Pinterest. I will insert the picture right here, And if you guys know who this girl is, then please comment because I would love to give credit. So now I'm just filling in the hollows with some black Snezaroo water paint, and I also kind of made the teeth a bit rounder, if that makes sense. I don't know how many times I've said make sense in this video, I'm so sorry. So that they didn't look like golden squares, pretty much. Okay, so we are back at it again with the glitter, and this time we're going to cover all of the teeth with it. And I'm just doing the same thing as I did with my eyebrows. Not going to lie to you though, I did think I would use up all of the glitter in these glitter eyeliners, but at the end of this video, there was so much left. I could definitely have used a lot more. So at this point, I was over this wig and my hairline. Believe me, it looked so much worse in real life. So I did decide to paint all of my hairline with the black water paint to kind of make it look a lot more skull-like or whatever. I was over it. I don't know. But anyway, so when I put on the hat, it would look kind of cool. You could barely see the cracks that I did, but, you know, the hat did the most anyway, so I was happy with it. And yeah, this is the finished look. I really hoped you liked this tutorial, and if you did, then please give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe for more Halloween videos because they are coming, and I will see you on the next one. Bye! Now I'm on the outside.